Scotty here, back at you with another video out here in the greenhouse, out in the garden. I've been doing a lot of work out here, thinking hard about what I want to take it to the next level in my greenhouse, and I had a really great year last year. I did over 2,200 plants in here, and so I've made the decision in my head that I'm going to start my own plant nursery. I've run it through my head. I've done some of the numbers, and then it's gonna work. So I'm gonna start by one of my plants I'm gonna be doing is gonna be a flowering vine, the passion flower vine, and I have that right here, and I'm gonna use that as one of my starting flowering vines. That's a popular vine. It's really tough to find, and I think if I do it right off of this one, it's pretty big. I'm gonna try to get 100 clippings off of this to start my flower nursery with flowering vines and a bunch of other plants. I'm going to start going over that with you, but I'm going to show you the containers that I'm going to be putting the clippings of the passion flower vine into. Let's check it out. Alright, and here's the vine I'm going to be taking the clippings off of and making my little shoots to propagate. It's got a lot of vines on it. I think I'll be able to get 100 is what I'm shooting for. It's actually 106 that I'm shooting for. Eventually those clippings, when they get big enough, will go up into these 6-inch pots, and there's 106 of those in the trays. But first I'm going to be taking the clippings and putting them in some of these. Obviously they don't have soil yet. Put some potting soil in these. I'll be doing 106 of them, if I can get that many, that is. And then I'm gonna start those clippings in here. When they get big enough, I'm gonna put them up in here, and then I'm gonna possibly start kicking on the lights to get them really going when we get closer to the season. But this is gonna be a good seller. I just know it. Whenever I'm at the nurseries around here, the Home Depot, the Lowe's, the local nurseries, they always run out of flowering vines. So I'm going to start passion flowers up here, and I've also got over here some passion flowers that I already started that you've probably maybe seen if you watched the other video. I did these, and then I was just like, I gotta just do more of them. So these ones are just still kind of doing their thing, haven't had any growth. It is the end of the season, so they're definitely starting to slow down. And I've got some honeysuckle over here. Another flowering vine over there. I can't think of the name. I'll have to grab that one next time. Japanese maple. I've got 2 trays of blueberries going on right now. These are so far so good. They may lose the leaves, but the plan is to keep these over winter. Get them big, keep some for myself, and sell them in the nursery. These ones right here, just for fun, these are my bonsais. These have been growing in these little pots. These were clippings I put in here. I will be doing more of these. These ones are off of this plant over here. Let me show you. This plant is, since I've had it, approaching a year old. And it grows really well here. So I'm going to be taking more clippings off of those to put over here. I've got peach trees back here. These are 2 mango trees. I'm going to do these for bonsai. I've seen them online, people doing mango bonsais. And it should be warm enough in here. I'm planning on keeping it in the mid 50s, low 50s. And then in the day when it gets sunlight in here, it actually gets really warm, even in the winter. These are some of the roses that I've done. After these, I realized I need to do much bigger clippings, as this propagating using clippings is new to me. So I'm going to do another round of some bigger heavy duty or rose clippings for these. And I've shown the other stuff that I have in here. The peppers are kicking along. Also wanted to do a sneak peek. I got into making a fairy house. This is my first attempt at making a fairy house. This is a log cabin. I found an idea online, and I'm gonna definitely be making more of these and start a collection of them. More stuff going on. These clippings I put in here just a couple months ago, and these are the miniature bonsais. They're doing really well. So right now I'm gonna get the clippings off of this. I'm gonna put them into those trays, see how many I can get. This vine's gonna be pretty bare by the time I'm done. And just got seniors out here doing some tilling. And over here, this area, we just tilled the other day. Might as well walk around the garden a little bit. And look at this. These are our loofah sponges. They're just hanging out here. We've been getting a lot of loofah sponges out of these ones that have already dried up, some of them. And we will be doing, this year, we're going to be planting garlic out here. We did garlic out here before. The other year, we didn't do it this year. We're going to do probably 4 rows, do a lot of garlic. All right, I'm going to get back in the greenhouse and get cracking on those passion flower vines. All right, so I've got my trays laid out. I just put the potting soil in these and filled them up. I've got 108 cells filled. So I'm going to be doing 108 passion flower clippings in these little 4-packs. These are a good little size that I'm going to use to get these vines started. And then I will be, like I said, transferring them up into the 6-inch pots, which are much bigger. And this is where they'll spend the rest of their time till they move to their new home. So right now I'm going to get clippings and I'm going to fill these up and water them. Okay, I've cut off one of the vines off of the passion flower plant. I got a pretty long one. I'm going to be getting a lot of clippings off of these and do about 4-inch pieces and transfer them in the pots. Alright, so here's one of the little stems that I'm going to be using. What I did is I cut it off just below the node. You can see the little part sticking out where the leaf grows out. That's the node. So I trimmed it just below that and the top, trimmed the leaves off of the rest of it, and then trimmed the leaves a little bit at the top. This is how I've seen it done on multiple videos. This is my first attempt at this, and so I will be, and then next step, I shaved a little bit of the green off of the end of this to help it root, and then I will be putting it in the water and then the rooting powder. Here's one of the flowers. This is what they look like. These are beautiful. So this is what I'm going for. 106 of these vine plants. And I also just noticed it grew one of their little fruits. They grew a passion flower fruit. And there's a little one growing right here. So that's pretty cool. I've heard you can eat them, so we'll see what happens with that. So I'm going to get on these cuttings, start filling up these trays. And I've got the first little bunch done. I started really getting the hang out of it, a few of them in. But that's what it's going to look like. There's 12 of them there, and I've got more over here. There's 32 in each, so gonna fill these up. All right, now it's actually Sunday now. It was Friday when I did. It was actually Thursday when I was doing that, and I took off for the weekend, so I'm back doing the starts. I've got a tray done, plus this, and this is as much as I've taken off of the main vine, so it's definitely getting thinned out. Hopefully I can get enough starts going. If not, I'll just take as many as I can. Alright, so I ended up with 80 passion flower clippings. I was hoping for 108 to be able to fill up this other tray, but I got 80 of them. I did it just how I've been watching the other videos do it. It's my first time doing these, so I think that they look great. Yeah, this is the passion flower vine. It's pretty bare. I left some good pieces on there, so a good chunk of the vine so that it can grow back. So now that I've got those propagated and those clippings in there, it's going to be off to the next plant that I'm going to be doing, which will be in the next video. Thanks for watching.